telling you you're active here, right?
Okay.
Because technically, I've left these as blank, but they all have zeros in them, which is saying that they're not visited yet, right?
But here's one of my questions. So how would you change just this variable to an x? Can you do like position dot?
The thing is, if you look at your position class, okay, your position class will have
So position something dot.
it has int I, int j, and then it has
character.
char val,
Yes.
and then it has one more position p. But those are all instance variables of your position class. Your val for 0 should be 0. But the thing is, once you mark it as visited,
Yes.
0 needs to change
Becomes x.
to x. Exactly.
So would you reinitialize this variable, this class,
Rather
to
than
change that?
what you should do is you should change it from 0 to x. You don't need to necessarily reinitialize it. You just need to go to that position, object you've created, and change it from 0 to x.
So position dot something dot val equals x.
Something to that effect.
Okay.
I could elaborate on it more,
Okay.
but for now, let's just step through the algorithm
Okay.
really quick. So now, what's the next step? You're in your
well,
while loop now.
Yep.
While
While
loop
list is not empty.
and it's not empty.
Now remove the next position from the search list.
So remove, right? I'll pop, right? And now it'll be saved as your current pause, okay?
Okay. If the current position is not at the exit position,
Is it at the exit position?
No, it's not.
Okay, so you do the else.
else market position is visited.
That's when you mark a position visited, and then on your board, it's now visited.
Add up all valid up, down, left, or right neighbor position to the search list.
Search list. So the only valid position at this point is the stack, right? Which is what, 1, 0.
1, 0.
Add 1, 0 to the stack.
Okay. And then go back up.
It goes back up and does the while loop once again. So
It's not empty.
it's not empty. So pop that 1, 0, right? That's 1, 0 here, right? So now 1, 0,
exit point,
an
so
exit point, so you
exit
mark it as red, right? And then what do? You add all valid, right? Which will be these two. So
1,
this-
1, and
So where you,
3,
so it'll be 1, 1.
3,
1,
0.
Is it 2,
2,
0?
0, 2,
2, 0, right? 2, 0, and now it's marked as visited, right? 1, 0. Now it'll loop back again, right?
So would you pop that out?
You pop off 2, 0, right? Now, and your current pause becomes 2, 0. And 2, 0 is not your end position. So what you do is you exit, and you add all the next possible what's called values to the stack, right? Which is what, 3, 0.
3, 0.
So now 3, 0 is added to the stack. Notice how your 1, 1 is still there, right? Now what you'll do is you'll do the same process, right? You pop out 3, 0, set that equal to current pause, right? 3, 0, set that equal to current pause. Current pause is not the end, so you mark it, and then what you do is you push on next valid position, which is 4, 0. And the same thing will happen here, right? You pop 4, 0. Yeah, current pause becomes 4, 0. 4, 0 is not exit, so you exit out, right?
Okay.
And you add all valid positions.
There's not.
But there's no valid positions, so nothing will be added.
Okay.
And then it'll do the loop again back, right? Because your stack still is empty.
Yes.
So now what happens is it'll take 1, 1. It's here. And then it'll pop off 1, 1. Right? 1, 1. And 1, 1 does have valid positions, right? So what it'll do is, it's not the end position. So it'll mark it as visited.
Okay.
Then it'll add all valid positions to the stack, which is what? 1, 2?
2, yeah.
1, 2. Now 1, 2 is added to the stack. Okay. Now what happened here is that 1, 2 gets popped off. You know the same process. And by the end, it'll reach the very end.
Yep.
The one thing you do need to be careful of when you do this though, is that whenever you push a position to the stack, okay? When you push a position to the stack, if you remember before when I told you all the variables inside a position, right? There's int I, int j, there's char val, and then there's position p. So
I don't know what this does.
Okay.
It says it's a
Here.
parent position.
Inside your position objects, you have another position, which might be a little confusing. But this position is pretty much supposed to be your parent. He didn't fully write it out. He named it P,
Okay.
but it might be a little easier to think of it as your parent. So you can rename it the parent if you want.
Okay.
But the basic idea is that this parent should point to the previous what's it called? Position that you're at before.
Okay.
Because the thing about it is that you notice with this, it goes down, up, and traverses the entire thing, right? But nowhere do you actually save the path. Did you notice that? What it does is you notice it just pushes the next one to the stack, pops the push, right? The reason why it doesn't save the path anywhere is because what should happen is at the very end, you have your end pause, right? Right. Your end pause has a parent that's stored in there, right? In the
Oh,
in the
and that has a parent.
and that has a parent, that has a parent, and
goes
that
all
got
the
all the
way
way
to
back to
start
the start point, exactly. So the key, one thing you have to do that's really important is that every time you push a position to the stack, you have to make sure that position you pushed has the proper parent. Because
What do you mean it has the proper parent?
you let's say you pushed, when you push this guy to the stack, right? This
Okay.
was what? 1, 1?
1, 1.
When you push 1, 1 to the stack,
Mhm.
you also know that its character val is 0.
Yep.
But you should also know that its parent. Its parent is what?
1, 0.
1, 0. So you have to make sure when you push a position to the stack, you have to make sure the parent is also included in that object.
So it's not 3 variables, it's 4.
There's 4, exactly. If you look at the position constructor, there's actually 4. Okay.
But there's another one with just these. Is it there?
Yeah, but you could use either or. The
Okay.
thing is, this one's supposed to only be used for the very first position, because this guy has no parent, right? So you never need to indicate the parent, because there is none. But for this, for all the other ones, they should all have a parent, so you should use the other constructor.
Okay.
That does use all those values.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And if you follow that algorithm,
Mhm.
you should get your end position, then you can just get the parent, 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 parent until you get to the beginning.
So do I use a for loop for that?
You could use a small,
A while loop. So
whatever
until-
you think will work. You could-
until the position is 0, 0, you can continue doing
Until the position 0, 0, you do that, or until you have no more parents. Because once you reach here, your parent is
Oh.
null,
Yep.
so you don't have any more parents. You can do it like that.
But what happened to these?
Hmm?
Would it stay 0? I mean, X, did it stay X?
In your character array, yes. Because if you marked it as X, then they should stay X.
But when you print it,
You'd have to reset these. Yeah. Yeah, but you get the idea though, right? You get what you need to do?
I'm starting to get in my mind.
It's not that bad.